Oh, I can do 2 more attack if I do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. It's gonna hurt, buddy. Oh my god. One more? Is it gonna die? Is it dying? Oh, it's gonna die. It's gonna blow up. Oh! Oh my god. Wow, what a run. Hey guys, today I want to talk about my first 5-star in Chaos Zero Nightmare and probably my favorite character in the game at the moment because he is so much fun to play with. In this game, I think how you play your team is going to be so much more important than the meta because the game is so diverse and you can play however you want. Even with one character, you can sort of customize this character the way you want and how you want him to combine with other characters as well. And that is the beautiful thing about Chaos Zero Nightmare. So this guy, it is very important for you guys to pay attention to this card right here. So his whole thing is to attack after other character attack, and when the other character use buff or other skill, he gain the follow-up attack stack, which is called Hunt Commands. So this skill right here, or this card, will show up. You use it first before you do anything. You see this, you use it pretty much immediately, and then you use other buff card from other character. For example, if you're pairing your Hugo with Mika or Tressa like I do, Tressa can also use this skill to create her Shadow Dagger, and that will give this guy the follow-up stack. And after that, anyone attacks, he will attack after that, and his follow-up damage will do even more damage than your actual attack. It is mind-blowing how fun it is because when you play with him, it is not about ramping up like Haru, for example. It is about doing a lot of action in one turn, and to me that is just very fun and exciting. And his other unique cards are very amazing as well. So he has a shield that I always try to remove whenever I go past a campfire, because he has another shield that could potentially give him more follow-up attack stack, which is this one right here. I love using this one. So I use this one, and then I can use this to get even more stack. And this is like a pseudo AoE damage kind of thing that is also low cost and just amazing damage output. He also has a self buff that allows his extra attack to do even more damage, but this is probably my least favorite card about him because somehow RNG will always give me this before it give me this. That's why I switched this card to Outbreak of War, so there are different effects, the orange text right here. So with this, I usually get this one right off the bat. I can buff my team or myself pretty much and start doing follow-up damage. It is really fun. So this will come in handy when you have already buff your follow-up attack stack, which you can see below his icon when you go into a fight. For his partner, pretty much this is gonna be the best in slot, Solia, and her art is mind-blowing. Like, holy, that is crazy. So you have this partner is pretty much best in slot because you do so much more damage with the ranger additional effects, and the partner skill itself also put a mark on the enemy, so you do even more damage. It is very good. But because not like I have the opportunity to use it because I don't have it, I might choose it in the battle pass. But I'm using Daisy right now, and Daisy is also incredible, pretty much like a direct downgrade of the 5-star one. So you have more damage, and her ego skill is a shield but also with a morale buff for 1 turn. So if you see yourself spamming attack in that turn, you buff her, you use her skill to buff your team with morale and also have a shield so that the enemy might survive and trying to do damage to you, but usually they would probably die. It is very important to upgrade his potential, this one right here, because this will allow his basic attack to also gain stack of Commands Hunt, because unfortunately you might not get the card for a long time. So if possible and you can copy this card, then you should, so that you can get this often, because the moment you pop it, it's gonna be amazing. There's also an Epiphany version that allow it to be 0 cost, which is really good. So if you have like multiple of this 0 cost, you can use it. You don't have to waste AP for this card, and then the AP can be dedicated for attack card so that you can do even more damage. Unfortunately, I don't really enjoy his first dupe, but the other dupes are really good because If you don't get Command Hunt, then the buff card is kind of useless, unfortunately. In terms of gear, definitely go for the one that give his card more damage, and maybe you want to get more attack percent. That's going to be great. He is a pure damage dealer and very good at doing so. And when you go through the Chaos run, if you come across this weapon right here that gives his extra attack damage 30%, holy, when I got this, I was so happy, because the majority of damage come from Hugo will be from his follow-up damage. His actual damage is not too bad, but the amount of follow-up damage you can do over time is very incredible. And you can try to get more damage out of the other ones as well if you can, but I think this one is gonna be incredible for Hugo. And you don't have to pair him with Mika. Funny enough, you don't have to. Mika is right now the most broken character in the game, and probably going to be the most future-proof character as well, because she just does so many things in her kit. She heals, she gives you more action point, she heals, she does AoE damage. Like, what the heck? She is so good. But I would highly recommend you pair your Hugo with Tressa, who is also free, and she's very fun to play with, because this character can generate 0 cost attack, so you can easily do 4 to 5 attack per turn. Okay, per turn you can do 4 to 5 attack, and if you stack up enough Command Hunt, you can do 4 to 5 follow-up attack. So in one turn you are doing maybe 10 attack. 5 to 10 attack is very common, and the amount of damage you do is incredible each time. It is so fun because you get to drag and you do so much damage. So I've been using this Hugo, Mika, and Tressa combo in all of my pretty much things in Chaos Zero Nightmare, and it has been very enjoyable. I've been using Magna as well, but I gotta say, the counter attack playstyle is really strong because you get to shield so much, but the active playstyle, the playstyle where you deal damage directly in your turn so many times in a row, is so satisfying to play. It keeps me coming back to the game because I just can't wait to smash the enemy with so much damage with Hugo. And even though he's going to be a low-cost, strong single target damage character, his Fan of Dagger attack right here with the right epiphany feels like an AoE hit, because usually there'll be like 2-3 enemies over there. You do so much damage to them randomly, and it feels AoE. It feels incredible. And his ult is also an AoE damage. So even though he's a single target specialized damage dealer with so much damage, his ult plus that Fan of Dagger card can allow him to do AoE damage as well. So even in AoE situation, he doesn't feel as bad. It's actually really incredible. But because he needs your team to do targeted attack, okay? So he would not work very well with a shielder counter attack unit, because Magna doesn't actually target the enemy to attack. She waits for them to attack her, and then she counter attacks. So that is not going to be very good. And other character that, let's say, do big attack once in a while, like Haru, will not do really well with Hugo as well. You want the character to go with him that can do damage frequently, because he needs somebody to attack to follow up. He's a friend. So don't pair him with just crazy buffer that doesn't really do damage, or AoE damage dealer or counter attack damage dealer. Pair him with things that attack all the time, often, and then you'll feel the fun and enjoyment of just spamming card in this game. But that might not be your playstyle though. If you don't like dragging a whole lot, this guy might not be very fun for you, and that is totally fine as well, because I think the beauty of this game, once again, is you can play whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you have fun, and that is the most important thing. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I just can't wait to test out more character, because there's just so many things to do in the game, and I wish I can build and farm them as quickly as possible.